felicitate our esteemed guest, Honorable Justice G. Raghuram, with a sapling. Next, I request Mr. Deepit Sheel, co-convener of HIMCC, to felicitate our honorable guest, Professor Ranbir Singh, with a sapling. I now request Ms. Ayushka Pandey, member of the organizing committee, to felicitate our renowned guest, Shri Om Prakash Sir, with a sapling. Next, I request Ms. Shreya Suresh, member of organizing committee, to felicitate our distinguished guest, Shri PVS Girdhar Sir, with a sapling. I now request Mr. Dhairya Jain, member of the organizing committee, to felicitate our eminent guest, Mr. Anchit Oswal, with a sapling. Stirring this valedictory event ahead, it is an honor to welcome the Registrar HNLU, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav Sir. We kindly invite you to set the tone for the evening with the welcome address.
A very good evening to everyone. Honorable Justice G. Raghuram, former Director, National Judicial Academy and Distinguished Juris Professor, Hidayatullah National Law University, Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh Sir, Pro-Chancellor, IIM University and Distinguished Juris Professor, HNLU and Consultant Election Commission of India, Shri E. Om Prakash, Senior Advocate, High Court of Madras, Shri PVS Girdhar, Senior Advocate and Distinguished Juris Professor, HNLU, Shri Anchit Oswal, Partner, Khetan and Company, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan Sir, Dr. Anindya Tiwari, Organizing Secretary, HIMCC, distinguished guests, revered deans, esteemed faculty members, participants and dear students. A very warm and heartfelt welcome to each and one of you to the valedictory ceremony of the second Justice Hidayatullah International Moot Court Competition. It is indeed my privilege to stand before you to all to deliver the welcome address. First and foremost, I welcome Honorable Mr. Justice G. Raghuram Sir, former Director, National Judicial Academy and Distinguished Juris Professor, HNLU. Thank you, sir, for your invaluable contribution to the legal field and for being here with us today. Your insights into legal education and judicial training have left an indelible impact on a professor. We welcome you, sir. I welcome Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh, sir. Sir, your pioneering role in legal education and institution building in India has been instrumental in shaping the next generation of lawyers. We are honored to have you, sir. We welcome you, sir. I welcome Sri E. Om Prakash, Senior Advocate, High Court of Madras. Thank you, sir, for being a part of this event. Your vast experience in advocacy and legal practice adds immense value to our discussion and to the young minds present here. I welcome Professor Sri PVS Girdhar Sir, Senior Advocate and Distinguished Juris Professor, HNLU. Sir, your association with HNLU and your contribution to the field of law are invaluable. We are privileged to have you with us today, sir. I welcome Shri Anchit Oswal, partner Khetan and Company. Thank you, sir, for your support and presence today. Your expertise in corporate and commercial law serves as an inspiration for our aspiring legal professionals. I welcome Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hidayatullah National Law University. Sir, I welcome you and thank you for your continuous guidance and encouragement. Under your leadership, HNLU has reached new heights in academic and research excellence, and we are grateful to you for your vision and support. I also extend my warm welcome to Dr. Anindya Tiwari, Organizing Secretary, HIMCC, and his dedicated team of faculty members and students, whose relentless dedication and efforts have made this Moot Court competition as a resounding success. Your commitment to excellence has played a crucial role in making this event what it is today. This year, we have witnessed an incredible display of advocacy, research, and legal reasoning from participants across the country, with 35 teams from premier national law universities and other esteemed institutions, including an international team from Nepal. This competition has truly fostered an environment of intellectual rigor and global legal discourse. As we conclude this event, it is essential to acknowledge the significance of international commercial arbitration, the theme of this year's competition. In the era of increasing global trade and commerce disputes, arbitration serves as a crucial tool for efficient, impartial, enforceable dispute resolution. The insightful arguments presented by our participants have reaffirmed the growing relevance of arbitration in modern legal practice. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, organizing team, judges for making this event a success. To all the participants, your hard work, dedication, and enthusiasm are commendable, and we hope this experience has enriched your journey in the legal profession. With that, I once again extend my warmest welcome to all of you to look forward to an engaging and inspiring valedictory session ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the address, sir. The second Justice Hidayatullah International Moot Court competition derived its thrust from the successful organization of previous 13 Hidayatullah National Moot Court competitions and the first edition of HIMCC, which started as part of the centenary celebration in memory of the Indian legal luminary, late Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah. The first edition of HIMCC reached global heights and witnessed enthusiastic participation from universities across the globe. Remarked by its success and motivated by its thunder, we are here to mark an end to the second Justice Hidayatullah International Moot Court competition. We hereby now request Dr. Anindya Tiwari, sir, Faculty Convener of the HNLU Moot Court Committee and the Organizing Secretary of this competition, to please present the report of the second HIMCC 2025.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Honorable judges, distinguished guests, faculty members, participants, and esteemed colleagues. It's an absolute privilege to stand before you today to present the report on the second Hidayatullah International Moot Court competition. Hosted by HNLU, this event has once again proved to be a grand success, bringing together some of the brightest legal minds to showcase their advocacy, research, and courtroom augmentation skills. It was a platform where intellect met determination and legal acumen was tested at its finest. This year, we had the privilege of hosting 35 outstanding teams with a total of 103 participants, including 49 female and 54 male competitors. Their unwavering dedication and enthusiasm have yet again reinforced the stature of HIMCC as one of the premier moot court competition in this country. A competition of this magnitude is only as good as its adjudicators, and we are honored to have 56 distinguished judges with us. Our esteemed panel included 37 judges from legal industries and 19 from academia, ensuring a fair and well-rounded evaluation process. Their insights and expertise brought a wealth of knowledge and depth to the proceedings, making this event truly enriching for all participants. The competition was structured in multiple knockout rounds, with each round intensifying the challenge. The quarterfinal round saw 8 outstanding teams rise to the occasion: NLSIU, Christ University, UPES, RMNLU, DSNLU, MNLU Nagpur, NLU Sonipat, and JGLS. From there, the semifinals saw the top 4 teams battling: NLSIU, RMNLU, NLU Sonipat, and JGLS. Finally, after intense legal deliberations, 2 exceptional teams reached the grand finale of constituting of RMNLU and Sonipat. These teams exhibited incredible courtroom presence, legal acumen, and advocacy skills, making the final round a true spectacle of mooting brilliance. The event was further evaluated by the presence of our esteemed guest at inaugural. We had the honor of welcoming Honorable Justice Mayank K. Jain, Honorable Justice R.C.S. Samant. The final round judges who also graced the valedictory ceremony were Honorable Justice G. Raghuram sir, Professor Ranbir Singh sir, Shri P.V.S. Girdhar sir, Shri Anchit Oswal sir, and Shri E. Om Prakash sir. Their presence and wisdom and insightful feedback served as a great source of inspiration for all participants, emphasizing the importance of legal education and mooting excellence. This competition would not have been complete without the unwavering support of our industry partners who recognized the rewarded excellence. Just Mundi, being knowledge partner, provided the winning team with 3 months of premium access to its legal research platform. Khetan and Company, industry partner, awarded exclusive internship to the winning team. Vash Associates, industry partner, recognized the best researcher with a prestigious internship opportunity. In addition to the event, Anagram Partners honored the best memorial team with the internships. We extend our deepest gratitude to these esteemed organizations for their commitment to nurturing young legal talent. As we conclude, let us take a moment to reflect on the significance of this event. The second HIMCC was not just a contest of a legal argument, it was an experience that fostered learning, collaboration, and professional networking. It was an opportunity for the students to step beyond textbook and engage in real-world legal challenge. With immense gratitude, we thank all our participants, judges, faculty members, industry partners, and organizing committee for making this event an outstanding success. And with this success as our foundation, we are eagerly looking forward to an even more remarkable edition of HIMCC next year. Thank you all. Congratulations to all. Jai HNLU, Jai Chhattisgarh, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much for that report, sir. HNLU has touched numerous milestones under the able leadership and guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan, sir. Professor Vivekanandan, sir, is more than an administrator. He's a visionary leader who has been a driving force behind academic excellence and innovation in legal education. His unwavering commitment to nurturing young legal minds and fostering a culture of intellectual curiosity has significantly contributed to HNLU's growth as a premier institution. His dedication to shaping the future of legal academia and mentoring the next generation of legal professionals is truly commendable. Sir, it is our privilege to invite you to address this esteemed gathering.
Honorable Mr. Justice G. Raghuram Garu, Distinguished Juris Professor of HNLU, Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh, again a Distinguished Juris Professor at HNLU, Shri Om Prakash, Senior Counsel from High Court of Madras, Shri P.V.S. Girdhar, Senior Counsel and Distinguished Juris Professor of HNLU, Shri Anchit Oswal, Partner with Kaitan and Co., Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav, Registrar at HNLU, Dr. Anindya Tiwari, Organizing Secretary at MCC. This moment is a very satisfying moment of having 35 teams, 110 participants, around 70 judges and a 3-day marathon exercise. Conducting this itself is an achievement apart from the mood and the results which you are waiting for. I am pretty sure the finals, which happened just little while ago, must have been a very, very heated event. Even the air conditioner broke down. So, coming back to the mood, as I said, a few words. As you said that often we say that winning is a feel-good factor. But more than winning, as they say, at the end, we talk about the journey, not the destination. And sometimes we win, other times actually we learn. So in that context, apart from the teams which are excitedly waiting for the results, I would like to place my sincere appreciation and thanks to the large number of participants who have come from all over the country to participate, I understand, including from Nepal. So HIMCC was rechristened last year from HNMCC, and we are making a lot of efforts to truly make it international. I'm pretty sure it will, bear fruits in the coming years. And as you all know, this moot, there are moots and moots and moots everywhere, with so many law institutions coming up. But obviously, to staying top on the moots requires dedication and kind of hard work and many things. In that context, I would really place my appreciation to Dr. Anindya Tiwari, convener of MCC, his wonderful colleagues who have done that, and most importantly, the student organizers, and most importantly, the 100 plus, volunteers who have done, has made this as a memorable event. And in fact, as I said, apart from the mood and its content and things like that, and this event itself is a goodwill ambassador of HNLU, connecting us with all the sister legal institutes around the country. So without standing between some comments from the judges who are also guests of honor here, I would again say appreciate, and my message to all the mooters who came from all over the place, I said that the message is come back to HNLU. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your golden words. They never fail to leave an indelible mark on our hearts.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to introduce a seasoned legal professional, Shri Anchit Oswal, a partner in the dispute resolution practice at Khaitan & Company's NCR office. A graduate of NLIU Bhopal with a diploma in cyber law, he brings over a decade of experience in handling complex disputes across civil, commercial, corporate, and regulatory domains. He provides strategic counsel on pre-litigation matters, legal opinions, and representation before courts, tribunals, and international arbitrations. His deep understanding of dispute resolution and a keen interest in emerging tech and corporate strategy makes him a trusted advisor to businesses navigating legal and regulatory challenges. Sir, we request you to grace us with your address.
Thank you so much. Honorable Professor, the Vice Chancellor, Professor V.C. Vivekanandan, and all my learned senior. Perhaps I am the most junior amongst the seniors, and I am the perhaps the most underrepresented here, and I gather that I've been given this opportunity to speak first because they knew that I should not come between the great wisdom that you are going to receive. So I will not take much of your time. I am very grateful to have been part of this event. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and
I'm very, very happy to see the progress at HNLU under the leadership of Sir Vice Chancellor. It is my first time here, and it was truly an amazing experience in terms of the mooting, the quality of students, the quality of arguments, and the preparation, and the overall organization. It is truly commendable. I wish everyone all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful address. We understand that you have particular time constraints, and hence we are so grateful that you took out time to be with us here today. We now request Kiran Kori, ma'am, to present sir with a memento and a token of our appreciation.
We once again thank you, sir, for gracing the event with your presence. It is an honor to welcome Shri P.V.S. Girdhar, sir, a distinguished senior advocate at the High Court of Madras and senior partner at Girdhar and Sai Associates. With over 3 decades of legal expertise spanning from constitutional law to intellectual property laws, commercial law, and private international law, his practice extends beyond borders, collaborating with legal professionals across multiple jurisdictions. Beyond his remarkable litigation career, Shri Girdhar sir is a certified mediator, a passionate advocate for public interest litigation, and a consultant for UN-affiliated organizations. His dedication to legal education is evident in his role as a distinguished juris professor here at HNLU, where he continues to mentor and inspire future legal minds. Sir, please honor this gathering with your insightful words.
Thank you for that very generous introduction. They say a judge should speak through his judgments, not on the podium, so I'm going to adopt that principle, though we are only delivering judgments and marks. I just want to say that the quality of participation and the presentation was quite of a high standard for second-year law graduates. I must confess that in my second year, I would have been unequal to that task. And the mastery you showed over the subject matter, notwithstanding the fact that you all did not have a formal study of arbitration and commercial disputes, is commendable. I compliment all the members of both the teams which I witnessed, and every one of us enjoyed your presentation. Having said that, as a judge, perhaps I can give up some advice. There are 3 points I want to make. One, like Justice Raghuram was saying, precedents are important, but precedents are not all. I think you need to focus on basic principles of law, basic principles concerning a case, and then cite the judgments in support of those principles. If you don't have conceptual clarity, then it comes in the way of your arguments. For instance, the difference between arbitrability and let's say jurisdiction, and not territorial, I am talking about jurisdiction of the arbitrator, and the concept of bias and the dispute on merits are something that you have to be clear about before you make a presentation. Sometimes you mix 3 or 4 arguments where you can actually separate principle by principle and make 4 or 5 arguments without prejudice to one another. The second issue is that you should listen to a judge's question without being concerned about, oh, what is going to be my next argument? Let me see this chit. That kind of preoccupation, very difficult. Even as a seasoned lawyer, I continue to suffer from that, and many of us lawyers suffer from that. But if you can inculcate that at an early age, it's something that will stay with you and do you good. You must listen. So when a judge is asking you a question of fact, reply to the fact and then get into the argument. I also made that observation. But if you keep on with your arguments, it will irritate the judges, and our inference is you are not thorough with the facts. One of the important learnings that I got initially was with P. Chidambaram I was a junior, I was briefing him in a particular case, and I knew the law by heart. So I was briefing him in the car from the airport to the High Court. And all the questions he asked were on facts, which I was unequal to. I answered some, but he would say, what do you say about the letter dated 11/3/93? And we would be scurrying for those letters in the heap of documents that we had. So pay a lot of attention to facts. That's my learning as a lawyer at this age, after 37 years of practice. The last advice is, don't lose your sense of humor. That's very important. When judges are, sometimes they remark in humor, appreciate the humor, it will do you good. Those are my learnings which I am sharing with you. Thank you once again for this experience.
Thank you so much, sir, for this detailed and thoughtful advice. I'm sure that it will help all the participants present here in their journey of becoming a great lawyer.
We are now elated to welcome our esteemed guest, Shri Om Prakash Sir, a distinguished senior advocate at the Madras High Court, whose expertise and contributions have left a lasting impact on the legal landscape. A graduate of the Madras Law College, Mr. Om Prakash has been a partner at Ramalingam and Associates since 1990, playing a key role in shaping legal practices in Tamil Nadu. His keen insights on the insolvency and bankruptcy code have made him a sought-after voice in professional circles, and his dedication to ethical legal practice serves as an inspiration to many. Beyond his litigation and advisory work, Mr. Om Prakash is a passionate mentor and educator, deeply committed to nurturing the next generation of legal professionals. May we now request you, sir, to address this distinguished audience.
A very good evening to everyone. Honorable Mr. Justice G. Raghuram, Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh, Professor V.C. Vivekanandan, the Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivatsava, the Registrar, my friend Mr. P.V.S. Giridhar, Sri Anchit Oswal, Dr. Anindya Tiwari, Mr. Mayank Srivatsava. It is a great pleasure to be amongst us, and I deem it a privilege for having been invited to this event in this prestigious university. It is my first trip to this place, this part of the country, and every part of it I enjoyed from the time when I landed yesterday and till the completion of this program. As the Master of Ceremony had pointed out, that the competition actually gets succeeded when, other than the winners and runners are being declared, there is a learning which is happening. So every event gives a different thing. There are certain events where your mere participation matters, but there are events where your learning matters. It doesn't rest with participation. It is the learning which is more important. So for me, there had been a lot of learning insofar as a short time when I was here with you. The very galaxy of distinguished persons on the stage, being part of the judges panel, is by itself is an enthralling experience for me. When your Master of Ceremony had referred to that I had been a distinguished lawyer, senior advocate, everything, I need to just add one more thing. It's not that I want to say something about myself. My interest in getting into the law colleges or meeting the young minds of students is in the context that I happen to be the syndicate member as well as academic senate at Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University in Chennai. I have been there for last 4 years, so there had been a lot of interactions which we had with the young minds. So it really gives a very, very enterprising time when I am there as part of these young minds. And when I said about learning, hope you all also had that learning experience. Can I just have an acknowledgement? Was it that learning experience you had in this 2 days program? Nobody wants to just acknowledge that. A big sound or a big applause saying that we also had a learning for the day. Thank you very much. End of the day, that matters. You come, you spend about 2 or 3 days, you interact with many people, you participate, you try to excel, and end of the day, as I said, you end up in a very big learning experience. And that experience was there for everyone. That experience was there for me. Your Vice Chancellor had in fact said that what he lastly wants is that you people have to come back. So may I only request that that invitation will also be there for me for the years to come, so that I come back here, be part of any event which is happening, be part of the young minds. And I need to thank at this occasion my good friend Mr. P.V.S. Giridhar, who had been initiation of me participating in this event, which was also accepted by the Vice Chancellor, and an invitation was extended to me. We had seen many moot court competitions. As Mr. Giridhar was pointing out, the competitive level was really good. When as judges, when we are sitting and when we came to know that the participants were only second year students of law, it was really a bit amazing and surprising as to how much of hard work has gone into in understanding the issue without having studied the law, in trying to make yourself in a better position. And again, I have to just go back to Giridhar when he said, we had nothing of this sort. I should be very, very frank. He and me were all part of the Madras Law College. Though it was a very prestigious institution, you had many minds which had come out of the Madras Law College. But the time when we went, the period when I studied, I was in the 4th batch of the 5 years course it was started. There was nothing. You either go there, attend 2 hours and come back. Most of the time there is nothing which was happening in the college campus or anything. There were a lot of politics, there were a lot of other issues. So our exposure for all the 5 years is there. Just ensure that your attendance is there. Then ultimately ensure before the exams you put in some effort of last 15 days or 20 days and get your exams cleared, then get into it. But one way we were advantage was that the very next campus was the High Court. So by default, even if you have time, if you had 2 hours classes, by default we were pushed into that campus. We would somewhere walk into, see the, so at the most my experience has that you watch seniors walking in the veranda, you watch seniors walking in the corridors, and sometimes you just slightly peep into the courts and see. But that is all basis of interest which was there. Otherwise there were a huge number of students who will just come and just leave. There is nothing more than that. Given that situation, I think you are all greatly privileged. Use the best opportunity, and over the years it is going to be your time in this profession, and we have a very big expectations as to how the legal profession is going to shape up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experience with us and for that insightful address. I'm sure that this will help develop the young legal minds of our country.
We are privileged to have with us today Professor Ranbir Singh Sir, a stalwart in Indian legal education whose visionary leadership has shaped some of the nation's premier law institutions. While his name needs no introduction, it would only be fair if I seize this opportunity to introduce this luminary. As the founding Vice Chancellor of Nalsa University of Law, Hyderabad, and later National Law University, Delhi, he played a pivotal role in elevating these institutions to national prominence. His contributions to national and international legal organizations, including the National Legal Service Authority and Indian Law Institute, further highlights his dedication to the advancement of legal framework. Recognized with prestigious accolades such as the Professor N.R. Madhava Menon Best Law Teacher Award, his influence on India's legal landscape is truly remarkable. Today, as we welcome him, we acknowledge not only his achievements, but also his lasting contribution as a mentor and guide in shaping the future of legal education in India. Sir, we request you to please address this august gathering.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Yes. Panel of judges. Vice Chancellor, Registrar, faculty, the participating teams and friends. One question which came to my mind every time I come here, why moots? Why it is necessary to have moots, right? Anybody? As you know, moots play a very important role in legal education. But why we are putting so much of emphasis on moots? Why we should organize moots? and that competition which is so competitive. Any participating teams? Why moots? What for? What is the benefit? Anyway, I'm not testing your knowledge, but just to share with you, I just listed some important values which moots will inculcate in students. And the best is development of advocacy skills. Can you set it right? Development of advocacy skills. Now through moots, the kind of advocacy skills you develop, it improves your research skills, because the students conduct research. I could see that there were students of second year participating in a moot on arbitration, a subject which they have not studied. And I'm sure they must have prepared their brief and their side of the argument. They must have done a lot of research for months. And that's what moots prepare you for. You work on a subject which you have not studied, which you are going to study in third year or fourth year. I remember when I was at Hyderabad, we used to float a competition, and that was for selecting the team for representing the university every year in moots. We'll have in-house moot court competition and the inter-class and intra-class, which you call it. I think you also have it like this kind of thing, so that we can prepare a list of mooters and researchers. So the students of the fifth year came to me and said, "Sir, why should first year participate?" I said, "No, don't have an objection to this. Let first year also participate. They will also learn. They are not participating for competition. They are not competing with you, but they are just participating." So finally, there was inter-class moot court competition and intra-class moot court competition. And when the final list was drawn, none from the fifth year came to see me in my office. I said, "You call those students from the fifth year, those who are in the moots, they are arranging the moots." They came and they were all silent. I said, "What happened?" The first year girl topped the list of the entire school. So I said, "Never forget, talent can lie anywhere. Talent can lie anywhere." And for we, the law schools, the three most important stakeholders are the students, the faculty, and the administration. You are lucky if you have a visionary Vice Chancellor, a Vice Chancellor who provides a very positive leadership, motivate faculty, incentivize faculty, will say carry on, organize programs. I can tell you that my 12-year stay at NLU Delhi, where we used to organize a lot of programs. I remember one year when I was making a presentation, Professor Bakshi was also there, and we had organized about 100 programs. In the General Council, he raised his hand and said, "Ranbir, you tell me one thing, when do you teach? When you conduct so much of programs?" I said, "For us, sir, there is no Saturday, Sunday." And I am saying it second time after we organized in NLU Delhi. The kind of programs are being organized in especially at Hidayatullah National Law University. All credit goes to the students, the faculty, and especially the Vice Chancellor. And you are the only one law school, in spite of some health issues which I suffer now. I do not go to any other law school except your place. Every time I get, I've been here, within another 15 days I'm here. Last time also I was here. So friends, moot court activity is very, very important activity for you. Apart from improving your advocacy skills, you also learn practical application of law. As one of the judges said, that you must know the substantive law and how to apply that law. And it is also important for your career benefits. How Oswald has gone, when you meet people like them, it helps you in getting internship, it helps you in getting placement, and it is these connections with the industry the firms, the law firms or multinationals that you develop your relationship and you ultimately get. It also helps in getting your personal growth, and it boosts your confidence. You see the way the boys and girls were speaking and facing judges. We were asking all kinds of questions, relevant or irrelevant, and the way you faced us, it was a treat to watch. Well done, all of you. And it also developed a team spirit. The most important thing which it does is that you learn to work as a team. The success story of any law school is then when we learn to work as a team, students, faculty and the administration, they work as a family, a bigger family, and they all work for the success of the university. And if they learn that, then I think the results are amazing. And I'm extremely proud to share with you that my association with the National School Bangalore and then Hyderabad and Delhi, the three best NIRF institutions, make me very proud. And especially this, and let me also share with you, that performance is not because of me or because of anybody else. That performance in NIRF is because of the performance of the students. So we depend on you. If you perform well, everything comes to us. And if you perform something else, that also comes to us. As you know that in certain industries, different kind of performance are being done. Then we also get those things reflect on us. So be very careful what you do. Ultimately will come to you and will also come to us. We may not be harmed, but you will be definitely harmed, because ultimately it is your career choice, your career options. You have to ultimately benefit. My best of wishes to you. Do well. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. It is truly an honor to have you here.
It is our privilege to welcome Honorable Justice G. Raghuram, a distinguished legal luminary known for his deep expertise in constitutional law and judicial education. His illustrious career began in 1979 as an advocate, later earning recognition as a senior advocate in 1995. He served as a judge of the Andhra Pradesh High Court from 1999 to 2013, delivering judgments across diverse legal domains. Post-retirement, Justice Raghuram made significant contributions as president of the Central Excise and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal, and later as the director of the National Judicial Academy, the first judge to hold this prestigious position. His remarkable career stands as a testament to his dedication to legal excellence and judicial advancement. We now request you, sir, to enlighten us with your address.
My distinguished colleagues on the dais, revered faculty of HNLU, my dear fellow students of law. I often come here mostly to hear such praises. Very exciting when you are 75 and all those things are said about it. There is nothing extraordinary in my career. It only means that I have not died young. When you live long enough, you gather a lot of moss. I was thinking when I learned that there were all the 6 main participants of the 2 teams in the finals, and they are supporting young lawyers, budding lawyers. When I heard that they were all second-year law students, I thought there was a constitutional violation, child labor. But about 2,500 years ago, Socrates, at his infamous trial, said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." And therefore, it is but nice that you fight and you punch above your weight. Once a couple, both of whom were very, very senior All India service officers, brought their girl child to me, who was in the 4th year of law school, and said, "Sir, please advise her as to whether she should go in for employment or academics or practice." I said, academics is certainly a scholarly choice, but the trouble is that you will always be writing theoretical books on medicine without having ever held a scalpel, where you see a body kicking, arteries flowing blood. Writing a book on medicine is a vegetarian exercise. You don't get scared. When you cut open a body and artery starts flowing blood, then you get faint in the legs. So experience of a surgeon is entirely of a different kind. Similarly, transactional law, where you sit in a law chambers and then marry about 10,000 templates and create a draft. It's not live war. Your draft will be adjudicated by judge 10 years down the line, where either you will be a partner or you would have been fired from the partnership. And therefore you don't get to see the result of your art. But in law, it's not merely the other side you have to face who is beating you. The judge is also interested in beating you. So you have to deal with multifarious fronts simultaneously. Another senior lawyer, when I was a young rookie, very, very senior lawyer, he is the father of somebody who's now a judge of Supreme Court. He was an alumni of the Madras Law College, and it is said that his paper on Hindu law is even today a gold standard of the Madras Law College. He told me that when he was just out of his puberty in law, he met a judge. He had prepared 10 questions in a sequential order, saying that the first is intercontinental ballistic missile, second is a nuclear missile, third is a very powerful rocket. He had organized it into some priority. And the judge felt that the first 8 questions, first 8 propositions were absolutely not of merit. He was very romanticizing the 10th point that he thought the weakest point. So the lawyer had to prioritize the 10th point which he thought was the weakest and argue it as the intercontinental ballistic missile if he had to succeed. Otherwise, if he pissed off the judge saying, "Sir, this is the more vital point, that the other points are it's ambiguous," and all that, he would have perhaps got some scholastic satisfaction from his performance, but his client would have lost. So the art of live war in a courtroom. So when that senior IAS parents brought their child, I said, I wanted to impress, being an old man, I wanted to impress that young girl. So I said, "Have you seen Enter the Dragon?" He said, "Yes, sir." An iconic movie of those days. He said, one young fellow goes to Bruce Lee, asking him to teach him this martial arts. And he tries to impress the master by breaking bricks. And to cut the long story short, Bruce Lee says, "Bricks don't hit back." In a live court, everybody is hitting you. So please develop and continue to nurture the art of competitive advocacy. You have to stand up, fight in a real situation, give up some the romantic points that you thought were great, you have to give them up, discard them by the wayside. Another senior lawyer told me that a lawyer is like a hard-working salesperson trying to sell a detergent powder in May in Raipur. So one woman says, it's not a male pejorative statement, but the illustration of the prospective purchasers are housewives. So one lady says, my husband is not there, please go away. Another lady is very solicitous, you have come in the hot sun, please take a glass of buttermilk, but I don't want. Another woman will say, you know, there is this bucket full of clothes. ये धो के बता देना अच्छा धुलता के नहीं. She gets all the clothes washed and then says देखेंगे. Another woman takes pity on you and purchases one packet. You have to sell your detergent to all these customers. So a lawyer has to sell his craft, his case, both to a informed judge, not so well informed judge, a trainable judge, untrainable judge, a judge who is hostile to your philosophical proposition, the ratio decidendi, a judge who is so busy that he doesn't have time, he is not a curator, he is a fast food vendor, not a Michelin chef, trying to dispose of 100 cases a day. That's his agenda. He doesn't curate what he manufactures, judgments he manufactures. So to all these you'll have to sell. That's the craft of advocacy. The fourth point to remember is that education is a process, it's a constant process of information gathering. It's a progressive elimination of ignorance. You are never informed. Every day you are less uninformed than yesterday. My senior told me, Chappie, the day you fail that you have understood the law, that is the day you have to quit the profession. You never understand the law. Even today, I have grave doubts about certain fundamental propositions of law. How do you particularly those? See, law has two broad dimensions. One are called pregnant provisions, the other called housekeeping provisions. You know, of course, a lawyer can argue anything, as it is said of the American Constitution that to be qualified to contest for the presidency of the United States, you should be a naturally born American citizen. So one lawyer argued that somebody who is born out of cesarean section is not qualified. That is not how things are interpreted. Of course, lawyers will take a fee and interpret like that also, but a judge will have to deal with it. The pregnant provisions of the constitutions of laws are things like equality. What does equality mean? Now, there a lot of debate, unending debate, dynamic debate takes place. So law is exciting. I am very glad that you young people have chosen the field of law, because law tries to do an impossible thing. We live in a crazy world, and you try to find sanity or sane solutions for a crazy world. Every one of us is crazy. The degree of psychological imbalance is contestable, but the fact that each one of us are insane and each one of us are not programmed to existence but programmed to demise is not in doubt. That's why otherwise with the first generation of lawyers, all these law schools would have been unnecessary. Law would have been settled, society would have been at peace, and law never tries to settle, to establish peace on earth, as the good Lord said. You try to establish an equilibrium of conflict. Conflict is life, peace is death. So try to mediate that equilibrium of conflict in society to maintain the vitality of a vibrant live society. And that is your function as lawyers. I wish you all very well. You have done exceedingly well for second year law students, though it was a child labor and human rights violation, essentially. And I trust, it would have been more useful to you had you done it after a basic instruction in commercial law and arbitration. There's nothing great about arbitration, is also adjudication, except that there are a few technical rules, but essentially commercial law is a substantive aspect of the dispute that comes before you. And when it comes to international arbitration, different dimensions. And the last thing that I wanted to share with you is that law is extremely stupid, it's mostly technical. If you remove the romance out of law, it's mostly technical. Some arbitrary fellow made these rules and is imposed upon society so that they're bound to follow it. There's nothing great about bigamy or monogamy or nothing like that. It's just that it's a contemporaneous rule of society. You consider yourself superior, the Homo insapients consider themselves the Homo sapient because they are able to write. So if a monkey had the craft of writing a book, it would call itself sapient and us the insapients. So this is all very subjective. What is exciting about law is that if you know only law, you don't know law. Please remember that. Law is an artificial algorithm created by the imperfections of the human mind to mediate the essential dissonance and dystopian nature of society. And therefore it will always fail. How you understand law is by understanding sociology, by understanding theoretical physics, by understanding biology, evolution, chemistry, history, global geography, international relationships, all these things contribute. And how individuals work in times of peace and how they work in times of stress. And the last and the very last, this is the last lesson is that if you want to feel humble, should you ever have the need to feel humble, widen your reading. Because if you only look at the mirror yourself, you feel you are the most handsome, beautiful person on the earth. But even after you are awarded the Miss Universe competition, when you see a 90-year-old woman without skin rashes on the face, you realize that lady is more beautiful than you, because you have used a lot of cosmetics to become Miss Universe, and by the time you reach 90, your skin will be peeling off. So these are all comparative attributes that we understand. The wider you read, the great people, biographies that you read, biographies of great judges, biographies of great lawyers, then you will understand that you don't feel bloated when the type of introduction I received is given to me once every month. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful address and for sharing your experience and wisdom with us. We are absolutely honored to have you here today.
Aren't you wondering what time it is?
Is it perhaps the moment we've all been waiting for? Participants, hold your breaths.
The wait is finally over. We now invite our esteemed dignitaries to unveil the results of the competition.
I now request Professor V.C. Vivekanandan to kindly announce the winner for the best memorial. And for the team, there is a special announcement. You are also being awarded an internship opportunity sponsored by Anagram and Partners.
So, time has come for what you are all excitedly waiting for. I am announcing the best memorial. The code is TC03, School of Law, Christ, Deal to Deal.
Now I request Mr. PVS Girdhar sir to kindly declare the winner for the best researcher. The team shall be awarded the cash prize of 50,000 rupees. Along with an internship sponsored by Vash Associates.
The best researcher is TC14 Priyank Singh, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law.
I now request Mr. Om Prakash to kindly announce the winner for the best speaker, who shall be receiving a cash prize of 75,000 rupees.
The best speaker is TC03 Speaker 1, Toshita Sri A.N. Chowdhury, School of Law, Christ.
Now I request Professor Ranbir Singh sir to kindly announce the runners-up for the competition, who shall be receiving a trophy along with the cash prize of 1.5 lakhs.
PC 18, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, National Law University, Sonipat.
And now, for the final moment, we request Honorable Justice Raghuram sir to kindly announce the winners of the competition, who shall be receiving a trophy along with a cash prize of 2 lakh rupees, along with internship sponsored by Khaitan and Company.
The winner is, am I audible? Yeah. TC 8, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, National Law University, Lucknow.
Let the applause be continued. This is a huge moment of excitement for the participants.
Congratulations to all the teams and participants. Let us have a huge round of applause once again for everyone that won. I would now request Vice Chancellor Sir to accord the esteemed guest, Honorable Mr. Justice G. Raghuram, with a memento, and I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join him.
I now request Registrar Sir to kindly present the memento to Professor Ranbir Singh Sir, and I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join him.
I now request Dr. Priyanka Mahod, ma'am, to please present the memento to our esteemed guest, Shri Om Prakash Sir, and I request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly join her.
I now request Ms. Hina ma'am to please present the memento to our esteemed guest, Shri PVS Girdhar Sir, and I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join her. Under the able guidance of the Honorable Vice Chancellor V.C. Vivekanandan Sir, HNLU is destined to scale new heights as its students excel in diverse fields. Let us now take a moment to acknowledge and reward the performance of a few brilliant students who have led this baton for this university. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly felicitate all of the achievers. The winners of first KSK Nalsa Moot, Miss Gungun Sharma, Miss Yashasvi Jain, and Miss Yashika Lakoya.
the runners-up of the 22nd edition of the John Howard Jackson Moot, Ms. Kritika Senthil Kumar and Ms. Vriddhi Galada. They will also be representing HNLU at the World Forum in Geneva.
Performance in the India rounds of the 66th edition of the Philip C. Jessup International Law Moot Court Competition of Miss Lakshita and Miss Divishi Agrawal. They will also be representing India, HNLU, at the international rounds at Washington. Thank you so much to all the dignitaries.
As we turn towards the conclusion of this event, I now invite Mr. Mayank Srivastav, co-organizing secretary of this competition, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. Sorry to disturb. Before Mayank sir starts, vote of thanks, as a special gesture from our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor sir wants to give a special accolades to our international team who has been here. So I invite Nepal team to please join on stage.
Once again, we'd like to thank the dignitaries.
I now invite Mr. Mayank Srivastav, co-organizing secretary of this competition, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Very good evening to everyone. Honorable Mr. Justice G. Raghuram sir, Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh sir, Mr. E. Om Prakash sir, Mr. P.V.S. Girdhar sir, Mr. Anchit Oswal in absentia right now, our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan sir, Registrar Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav sir, Organizing Secretary HIMCC 25 Dr. Anindya Tiwari sir, all the respected guests, respected faculty members, dear students, participants and the staff members. As we come to the grand conclusion of the second Hidayatullah International Moot Court competition, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the Secretariat to all those who have made this event a resounding success. First and foremost, we are deeply honored to have had Justice G. Raghuram sir with us today. Honorable sir, your insights and wisdoms have always inspired us, and they'll continue to inspire this new generation of legal minds as well. A special word of gratitude to Professor Dr. Ranbir Singh sir, whose contribution to legal education are unparalleled. We also extend our appreciation to Mr. E. Om Prakash sir, Mr. PVS Giridhar sir, Mr. Anchit Oswal sir for their valuable time and guidance, adding immense prestige to this particular event. A very special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan sir, whose leadership and constant encouragement has always been pivotal in making these kind of competitions landmark events at HNLU. This competition was not just about legal arguments, it was a celebration of intellect, advocacy and perseverance. And none of this would have been possible without the tireless efforts of our student organizing committee, which was headed by Ms. Divyani Joshi. Other co-conveners include Ms. Kaira Dhar, Mr. Deepit Sheel and Mr. Himanshu Ratre. These four were the conveners. Then we had a student coordinator team including of 30 coordinators who have worked tirelessly for this particular event, not just for these 3 days, but they have been working from last months, I would say, not just a month, more than 2 or 3 months they have been working. So I thank all of them, and not the least I'll also thank all the student volunteers. More than 200 volunteers we had. They have performed exceptionally well in the tasks that were provided to them. And also the faculty coordinators, faculty team, which has been working tirelessly from the last HIMCC actually. So it has been a work of 1 year that we have tried depicting through this particular event. So I thank all these student and faculty coordinators, and a huge round of appreciation for the IT team, for the administrative staff, other staff members, particularly Dr. Manish Tiwari sir, PS2VC and ALO HNLU, who has been the treasurer for this event, who has worked behind the scenes to ensure seamless execution. To all our participants, including the speakers and researchers, congratulations on your exceptional performances. You are the future of legal fraternity. And of course, at the end, I would say to our judges and the evaluators of all the rounds, including preliminary, quarterfinal, semi-final, and the respected panel for the final round, thank you all for your invaluable time and expertise in making this competition rigorous and fair. As we bid farewell to this edition of HIMCC, let us carry forward the friendships, learnings, and spirit of advocacy that this competition has fostered. Thank you all once again, and we surely look forward to an even grander third HIMCC. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. As we conclude this session, thank you so much for being such a wonderful
Before
audience.
the conclusion, we are fortunate to have listened to Honorable Vice Chancellor sir. He wants to say something.
I think before we go to national anthem, in recognition of this hectic hard work by the faculty, the volunteers and the students of HNLU, I would say tomorrow light low. So tomorrow is a holiday to relax and chill out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As we conclude the session, thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. I now request the esteemed gathering to rise for the national anthem. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे